education organization. We strive to promote a just, prosperous, and inclusive world. And we have 4 departments. One department is focused on youth and leadership. So you may be familiar, some of you, with our YALI program, which promotes leadership for young Africans. We have a department focused on information and media, which supports independent media. We have trains teachers, among other educational programs, and we have a community and governance department that works with civil society organizations to help build their capacity. So my work fits more into the information and media space. We'll be talking today a lot about digital resilience. So you've been hearing about different types of resilience. What kind of resilience applies to you as young people? Give me a couple of examples. Does anyone have an example of resilience for youth? We've been talking about this, right? So what kind of resilience do you think of that's most important to you?
That photo is not good.
Good morning, everyone.
That photo is not good. That photo.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Umi Sadiq. I'm a youth advisory group member from Global Opportunity Youth Network, GOYN. When we talk about resilience, it means bringing change or bring the change you want to see. And when you want to bring change, you have to bring it in a positive way and not a negative one. Because I believe that as a leader, or being a leader of today, we have a lot of things to do in our communities, because we had life before us, but we can change it to be a better life or a good future today and tomorrow. Thank you.
Asante. And so in what areas can we be resilient?
Bueno, mucho gusto. Es un placer estar aquí delante de tantos líderes y representantes de distintos países. Mi nombre es Randy Márquez, soy locutor en mi ciudad, manejo una emisora comunitaria, un programa. Y bueno, en resiliencia creo que es fundamental afrontar los retos de manera positiva, ya que en experiencia personal digo que la radio en mi país no es muy escuchada por los jóvenes, pero he sido resiliente en que he persistido en mi programa, y gracias a eso muchos jóvenes han obtenido información correcta y han accedido a oportunidades gracias a la información que he brindado desde mi programa. Entonces, esa resiliencia es la base fundamental para el liderazgo juvenil.
Okay. I don't speak Spanish, but gracias, thank you. So there are different types of resilience, like economic resilience. Youth need to be aware of climate resilience, right? That will increasingly impact us. What other types of resilience can we see?
In the youth space, you can look at it in form of academic resilience. If you're undergoing academic challenges and you look for ways of coping and going around that, as you said, economic resilience, cultural resilience, health resilience, people with chronic illnesses find ways of coping, ways of coping with that, family resilience, among others.
Asante, yes, that was great. So today, for the next 90 minutes, roughly, and also for tomorrow, the second part of the session, we'll be talking about digital resilience, okay? And specifically how to use media literacy skills to be more resilient as digital youth. You are all very active users of digital technologies, right? So sometimes we don't have the skills to manage the flood of information that we're receiving. So we'll be talking about using media literacy for digital resilience. Does anyone know what media literacy is?
Good morning, New Orleans. And media literacy, to me, is the ability to understand all of the complex messages that we're being told, whether it's about ourselves, whether it's about other people, and how to understand what's true and what might not be true. It's really understanding, you know, everything that goes into the movie magic that we see, and what's, you know, beneath it, what messages are really trying to be told to us.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That was great. Yes, so the National Association of Media Literacy Education defines media literacy as the ability to access, analyze, create, and interact with all forms of communication. But I really like your examples. That was much better than the boring definition. So media literacy is what we'll be talking about today as a way of becoming more digitally literate. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so I introduced myself. Let's have a couple people introduce themselves. Just one or two because we have time constraints. So I'd like you to say your name, and if you were to be a social media app, what app would it be? For example, do you associate most with TikTok? Would you be TikTok? For me, I would be a word puzzle game. That would be my app. So it could be a game. It could be any app. What app would you be? So who wants to share? Your name and what app would you be?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Angie. I'm from Colombia. I think that I am Instagram. Instagram.
Thank you. Can we get one more?
Hi everyone, I'm Brenda Wasike. If only I could be an app, I could be Candy Crush.
Maybe one more. People like this. One more. Yes.
So Bakhtaver with the Aspen Institute. If I could be an app, I'd be WhatsApp, because it allows me to connect with my family across the world for free.
Excellent. Okay. So that's the frame of mind we're in now as we dive into some of the content. Next slide, please. Okay, here's our agenda for the day. Basically, we'll be looking at the broader media landscape and the threats of disinformation, hate speech, and many other types of online harms that we face, and how media literacy can help to combat those threats that we face in the digital space. Okay? And we're going to do that through an IREX campaign that we developed for Learn to Discern called the 6 Tips Campaign. So today we'll go through 3 of those tips, and you'll learn skills right here today. I really would like to encourage your participation and engagement. That's a big part of media literacy, actually. And so here we have some guidelines for participation. These are fairly basic, but if you see anything that's missing, please let me know. Be open to learning. Please put your phones away. Have fun. It's okay to practice respect. These are basic. Is there anything that's missing from this list? Okay. All right. Well, again, I'll be testing you at the end here, so be aware. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay. So let's have a show of hands. This is looking at our trust in the media. Okay. So there'll be a small set of questions. If you agree, raise your hand. If you disagree, keep your hand down. Okay. Next slide. There is a lot of political bias. Go back, please. There's a lot of political bias in the news. Raise your hand if you agree. Okay. Does anyone disagree with that? Okay. Yes. Okay. Next slide. The media I rely on is better than what most people use. If you agree with that, so the news that you consume is better than what other people use, including those sitting next to you. Do you agree? Interesting. Who disagrees? Do you think other people use better sources of information? Okay, some didn't participate. Come on, guys. I want to see everyone have a full set of hands for this. Okay, next slide. Most people think the news has, read this carefully, A, greater effect on themselves than other people, B, greater effect on other people than themselves, or C, the same effect. Okay? So who thinks A, the news has a greater effect on themselves than other people? The news has a greater effect on you than on other people. In other words, it influences you more than other people. Okay?